Hello. I'm Eddie, and I wanted to make this video to see if it could help anybody else that feels the way I feel. Um, Being in my 20s, I feel like I'm behind, or I felt like I was behind, and I've came to like a realization that I'm really not, um, and you're not either. And I think just like the whole, what do you even call it? Like the whole, I don't know what it's called. Culture, the whole culture of like being in the grind set mindset and like just go 40 hours a week on a side hustle and your full-time job and sleep for 4 hours, and you need to get up at 3 in the morning and put your face in like a bowl of ice cold coconut water, and you need to have these strips on your face because like if you have black heads on your face, you're not going to get a job, and you're going to be a low value man, or a low value woman, and that's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. I hate it so much. Hold on, let me fix this shit real quick. I hate it so much. Uh, you know, there's some good to it. Kind of like with me, obviously I'm overweight, and I've lost some weight, and I'm still currently trying to lose weight. And those kind of videos, kind of when they're about losing weight, it's good because they're like, get off your ass, do something. But if it's about like you need to be making 10K a month at 25 years old, or else you're a loser bitch. Like that makes no sense. Like what do you mean I need to be making that much money at 25 years old? I'm 22, and I make a decent amount of money for a 22-year-old. But that's because I've worked my ass off for the last 4 years, in the medical field, and I'm still not making like awesome. I'm not making 10K a month. I'm making nowhere near 10K a month. But I don't know. I'm making good money, but I feel like other people my age that like don't make a lot of money also feel this way. I don't make a lot of money. That's not what I'm saying. But I feel like people my age who don't make 10K a month, which is probably most of us, uh, feel like they're behind because like there's this constant thing going. You need to be doing this. You need to be doing that. It's not really that serious, Uh, in my opinion, I feel like you'll be all right. If you can get to work, and I don't mean you own your own car. I mean you can take a bus, you can just get to work. Find If you can find a way to work, eat okay food, just eat food, have good times with your friends and family, and just to be able to be relaxed in your everyday life. That's success. In my opinion, that's success. Like obviously save your money. I'm not telling you to be like, oh, like I'm gonna live with my parents and walk a mile to work because I don't want to work the hard. Excuse me, hold on. That was nasty. But like, I forgot what I was even going with. You don't have to be making 10K a month to be comfortable. You can make a lot less than that and still be comfortable. Uh, there's a lot of people online that'll tell you that you're a loser beta male bitch. For saying this. You're fat. Why would I take any advice from you? You're fat and lazy. Shit, why would you? I am. But you don't have to be making a lot of money, and you don't have to be working 80 hours a week. You don't. It's so stupid. That's like you're feeding into like the very system everybody says, oh, you need to be. Why would you want to work for the man? Why would you want to, you know, why would you want to be working your ass off for the next 10 years? They're telling you to do that while telling you not to do that. Oh, you gotta get out of the matrix, and you can just have everything you want and relax and be on a boat and shit like that. But they're telling you, but you need to be working 80 hours a week. You need to be grinding all your whole life. You need to be making millions of dollars by the time you're 30. How the hell does that even make sense? It doesn't. Growing up like at 18 years old, Andrew Tate was like the biggest guy. I don't know if people know about him, but they probably do. Oh, you need to be, get out of the matrix. But here's a course on how to fucking work to make a bunch of money, and you need to be just grinding that all the time. How does that like more people need to like understand that, I feel like it's so weird. Like you do not have to be. No, it's just so dumb. It sounds so dumb, but I don't know what the fuck I'm rambling about. But it's like just exist, man. You know, have a good time. Just have a barbecue. Invite your friends over. Drink some beers. What else do you want? You need to be on a boat to do that? No. You don't even need your own house. If it's at your parents' house, do it. If you have a shitty apartment, do it. Like if you're around people who are like, oh, I don't want to go to your house because it's a shitty apartment. Well, unless you're like a slob, I understand. But like, if you're around people who think that you need to have like a lot of cool shit just to be like hanging around with you, you probably don't want to be around those people. You know, have a good time, man. Like you're 21 years old, you're 22. Have a good time. Why the hell do you need to be working 80 hours a week? Did your parents work, 80 hours a week? Did your grandparents work 80 hours a week? No, they didn't. And if you say they did, you're a liar. I don't care. You're lying. Nobody does that. These people that like are online selling you these, uh, buy my course and I'll show you how to make $1 million in 32 seconds. It's stupid. It's so dumb. It's not gonna work. They don't work. If somebody's selling a course so they can show you how to make money and you buy it, you're dumb. Sorry. Sorry to tell you, but you're dumb. You are. Why would you spend money on a course from a guy you've never met online to tell you how to make money? Is that not like the dumbest thing? Like I understand if you're buying like I don't know, like guitar lessons online or if you're buying language lessons online, that's okay. But if you're gonna buy a $60 per month course on how to, I don't know, fucking drop ship, you can find all that shit on YouTube. You want to learn how to make candles and make your own candle business? Look it up on YouTube for free. If you want to learn how to groom a dog, learn it on YouTube. Actually, I don't know if you need a license for that shit, but like you could probably find techniques about that on YouTube. You can find techniques about that on YouTube. Anything on YouTube. You don't need to buy somebody's course because he puts his face in Saratoga water at 3 o'clock in the morning. While he does sit ups and crunches over his like 36 girlfriends that he has. You just don't need to do that, But why take advice from a fat loser, like me? But I don't know. I feel like we're all in the same boat, and more people need to realize that, like, we are just all just living life, man. You do not need to be look maxing. You don't need to have a labubu. You do not need to have. I don't know. You just don't need just de-influence yourself. I feel like that word's going around, but like legit de-influence yourself. Like you do not need all these all these things. You don't need red light therapy, even though that has some scientific benefits and like it's actually been proven to be okay, like good for you. You don't need it. Like that's a new thing. Like we've been going years without red light. It's fine. We're gonna be okay. Just stop taking life so like everything needs to be moving 24/7. Every 60 seconds something new has to happen. It doesn't. Just relax. Take a deep breath. Go for a walk. Lord knows I need it. But that's just calm down. Like Leo Skeppy, if he would ever see this shit, he's gonna fucking roast the fuck out of me. I'm being a loser bitch. But like even him, he's cool. He's more on the like, self improvement and shit like that, and it's legit. But I feel like a big part of life is just like rest. It's really ironic coming from a fat guy, but like, you need it, man. Like, why the fuck do I want to be working 80 hours a week until I'm 36 so I can be old and have money? Why can't and relax? I mean, Why can't I relax and be 20 years old? Why can't I relax and be 30 years old? Why the fuck do I gotta bust my ass? Damn, excuse me. Why the hell do I gotta bust my ass in the best years of my life? Have you ever wondered that? Like, oh, your 20s are the best years of your life. They're your golden years. Why the fuck do you want to be working 80 hours a week? Just realistically, man. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. I've worked my ass off. I've done 16-hour shifts in the medical field. I've driven an hour home just to get up 3 hours later to do that 16-hour shift again for 3 months straight. I've done it. I bust my ass. It fucking sucks. It does. It fucking sucks. I wouldn't do it again. I don't recommend it for anybody. But that's like what everybody... I'm not saying Leo Skeppy tells you to do that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is just like... I guess he wasn't a good example. I guess I'm bitching. I love Leo Skeppy. He's cool. I'm not talking shit about him. I like what he talks about. But let's say Andrew Tate. Just the main guy. Fucking... work 80 hours of your life. Escape the Matrix. Are you fucking dumb? Are you dumb? No, you're not. You're a smart person. I think. You might be dumb. But I don't know. Let me wrap this shit up. Life's not that serious. You don't need to be working 80 hours a week. You're 20 something years old. Relax. Drink beers with your friends. Smoke a little weed. Work, enough to pay your bills and have fun. Live life, man. Like if you want to be a millionaire, go for it. Do what makes you happy. That's the whole point of this fucking video, I guess. Do what makes you happy. If working 80 hours a week and not sleeping and busting your ass and being miserable makes you happy, do that. I hope you get what you want, But for the majority of us who don't want to be busting our ass and just wants to live, that's okay. Don't let somebody call you a loser fat bitch for wanting to live your life and be relaxed for your life. It's okay. All right. Y'all have a good night. I will.